Huawei has come up with this version of a full-screen notchless display in the budget segment with the Huawei Y9 Prime, made possible by the inclusion of a pop-up camera. So in this video, let's unbox the Y9 Prime and check out the structural strength of the pop-up camera and its plastic body. Apart from the no-notch design on the Huawei Y9 Prime, other positives are the inclusion of the Type-C port, 4000 mAh battery and a huge 4 plus 128GB storage on the base variant. Though the lack of face unlock is a definite negative since it is common with other brands with pop-up selfie cameras. The provided soft case in the box seems to be pretty flimsy and is definitely not recommended for accidental drop protection. It weighs in at 196.8 grams, pretty common these days, but it does feel much lighter in the hands, though the plastic body does not feel strong in my usual trial bend compared to polycarbonate builds of other brands. Huawei and Honor have not been the best in this area, and we'll find out the truth later in the bend test. Before the drop test, a quick word for those who want to know about the heavy gaming performance of the Y9 Prime, which has the Kirin 710F processor in combination with the Mali G51 GPU. The 710F processor is similar in Antutu scores to the MediaTek P70 on Realme 3, but lower than the Snapdragon 660 on Redmi Note 7. But it does a good job in normal day-to-day operations with minimal lag, as well as play heavy graphic intensive games like PUBG or Asphalt 9. Pre-applied plastic screen protectors are present on some devices like Oppo, Vivo and Realme to hide poor quality, scratch-prone glass. So is it the same story on the Y9 Prime? We'll soon find out in the scratch test. In the drop test on hard concrete, let's drop the Y9 Prime from pocket and head height from different angles with a soft case and ordinary tempered glass. The sixth and final pocket height drop has managed to shatter the glass towards the middle of the screen and at the bottom right. Continuing the drop test, this time from 6 feet head height. Apart from the glass shattering all over the place, the Y9 Pro passes the test with no cracks on the main display, which would have ended up the same without the glass. No internal damage to device functions or physical damage to the plastic body or camera. As you can see, the pop-up selfie camera is pretty strong and can easily support the whole weight of the phone by itself. Although when pressure is applied from the back, it does tend to push back to a certain degree, but fortunately does not suffer any damage. But besides that, the automatic camera retraction feature works as advertised when the phone detects a fall or when it is forcibly obstructed to prevent damage. At the most, the screen may go black, but that doesn't seem to cause any major issues. Next, moving on to the sound test to check the audio quality of the bottom firing external speaker. The audio quality of the Y9 Prime is good in terms of clarity and sharpness, though it falls short in loudness when compared to other single fairing speakers on Realme and Xiaomi devices. Next, starting with the scratch test, to know the quality of this unnamed tempered glass protection you're paying for by rubbing it with common atoms and a heavy duty box cutter. As you had seen earlier, some Oppo and Vivo devices and every Realme device, with the exception of Realme X, have pre-applied plastic screen protectors to cover up poor quality glass protection which have no oleophobic coating and are not able to survive the blade with ugly scratch marks. On the other hand, the blade is not able to damage higher quality Corning glasses found even on cheaper budget devices. The unnamed glass protection on the Huawei Y9 Prime is actually of good quality, suffers no major scratches or damage, and passes my scratch test. Now moving on to fun stuff with value, the bend test. Does the Y9 Prime really have a structural flaw which you should be aware of? The unpleasant cracking sound after the first bend, with a large degree of flex, signifies a weaker plastic build as compared to other silent devices, though it does lock out on the second bend from the back and doesn't bend any further. The final bend from the display side is similar to the first, with a significant degree of bend and cracking sound. Certainly not the strongest device to be tested on a channel. It passes my bend test, but may not survive accidental pressure with higher amounts of force.